But with, of course, a independent company like KaiR Entertainment, if they get Tucker, it will be rough in the beginning. You have to deal with servers that cannot withstand the amount of people watching simultaneously, stuff like that. You gotta like that's what he's talking about right here.
Rudimentary problem.
Anyway, so this is one of the things he talked about. Then he goes to talk about debating and all that other stuff. But one of the most important things I think from this podcast he talked about, or this clip, which is part of the podcast, is he talked about being patient when you're building a company, when you're building a network, when you're building towards something bigger. And it starts
both ways. That organization's got to figure out the kinks.
Yeah, it starts here.
Prepped everybody for 6 months.
It's here.
Not everything's going to go perfectly well. Be patient, be patient, be patient, be patient. Boom. It's crazy. We had 3 of our employees that used to work here, and these guys were, I said, listen, be patient. Long term, we're going to do something big. They're all diehard guys. We just announced that we want to do something with Tucker. They're all texting me saying, oh my God, never thought that was this one. I said, well, you were impatient. If you were patient, we told you the vision is really big. When Tucker goes anywhere, in the first month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, is not working at the pace you want it to be patient. The relationship is both ways. That organization's got to figure out the kinks, and you got to figure out the kinks. The benefit of going to a place like Fox, the benefit of going to a place like NBC, the benefit of going to a place like CBS or AB, any of these places, guess what they have? They have 600 employees that are overpaid that can go and work on one person's project, 50 people on one person's project. So, but if you go to an independent organization that is not a $12 billion company, $7 billion company, and they're coming up, they don't have those resources yet. To the level of patience needs to be higher because the exchanges, while you go to NBC, ABC, mainstream, you're muzzled because you can't talk about everything because your biggest sponsor is Pfizer. Over here, you are not muzzled. You can talk about everything, but you don't have the 600 employees, and you got to be kind of patient for this thing to develop. But if the relationship with the users and the customers and the capitalist, the entrepreneur, the talent is honest and sincere, long-term, we're going to win this fight. But it's not going to be just the talent and the company and not the involvement of the talent, the fans and the audience getting involved as well. This is going to take a real teamwork effort the next 3, 5, 10, 20 years for us to win this fight.
Totally agree with Patrick in this one as well. I mean, he makes great points. When you look at corporations, they have a legion of people that can contribute to a project. And where you have, I mean, they will throw people. If there is a hole, they'll throw 20, 30 people, 40 people on a project. And that amount of people can help it go smoother in the beginning. Doesn't mean it's not smooth, but you will see less, the rough edges are smoothened out a little bit. So it doesn't, it's not visible. But with, of course, a independent company like KaiR Entertainment, if they get Tucker, it will be rough in the beginning. You have to deal with servers that cannot withstand the amount of people watching simultaneously, stuff like that. You gotta, like, that's what he's talking about right here.
Yeah, very, very, very almost rudimentary problems. Like the content is good, but it's the platform, it can support it, can support it. Yeah. So it's
and that's the patient part. People get frustrated real quick. I think that happened also with the Blaze. Was it the Blaze with the? I always forget his name. It's the guy who we were talking, who had a debate with Patrick as well that went wrong. He started dissing him.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock, yeah. He went to the, I think it's the Blaze, and people were basically complaining that it wasn't as good in the beginning, and then it turned into something other than that. But in the beginning, it's always, as an independent party, it's always tough, and you got to figure out. And people have to be patient. He's talking here about people turning around and asking for their money back at the first or three, four, the first month, saying, "I don't like this. This is BS. I need my money back. I need a refund." Guys, I mean, if you really believe in the what he's trying to say is, if you believe in the goal, the vision, keep supporting it, because they will be able to align the vision with the content real quick. But it doesn't happen from day to night like in corporations.
No,
Why I keep forgetting Jason's name, man.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know why.
I don't know. But the yeah, it's just a step by step. And a lot of people care do not have that patience. A lot of people want the quick win.
Is
They're
that
so focused.
instant gratification?
Yeah, of course. It's instant gratification. They want the quick win. But I always say that I always say that the longer you wait, and it's not only waiting, you need to be making moves as well, guys.
That is true. That is true.
Some people are in relationships with
Watch the
people.
moves.
Some people are in relationships with people who've been making moves for 35 years.
Potential. She chose for potential. Guy's been a potential for 30 years.
But so and that I mean, we're joking, but that's also a risk for Tucker Carlson. The risk for Tucker Carlson is that he will invest in a potential that will never realize itself. Now,
Blossom.
that
To use
what
a
yeah,
potential that will never blossom.
yeah, that would never blossom. So of course, but that's why they're offering him as well the stake ownership, a say in the company's direction, creative liberty. There's a reason why they are offering him all those things, because they're basically saying, okay, Tucker, we might not be able to give you what a big established company like a CNN. Well, CNN's not gonna hire, but I mean, they let go of Don Lennon. They're not gonna hire Tucker. But let's say they have maybe they have like some, maybe we don't have that, but what we do have is a lot of potential. We have a founder in Patrick Bet-David with a proven track record, and we're going to give you the ability to determine for yourself how the company will grow, thereby giving you the assurance, or at least more assurance, that you have a say, that you have a role in how the company develops itself.
Example, I think what he tried to say was Daily Wire, for example.
Yeah, like
They-
Daily
I
Wire.
know they're a bit bigger than Faritimos, of course, but will they give him equity? Does he have actually a saying? I mean, we have seen the critic, the video of um Crowder relating to the deal they tried to give him. He was very critical about that deal.